Hello everyone, my name is Beatriz and today we are here to talk about Elon Musk, as you can see behind me. We are here to talk about him because he has been a very relevant topic right now. He is the wealthiest man on earth and he has just been doing some, let's say, actions. There has been a lot of controversy and I think we should talk about it. I also have some questions to ask you. I just bring some thoughts and I hope you really take something from this video. So let's just get into it. $364.3 billion. That's Elon Musk's net worth as of today. Today I'm recording this video and that's how much that man is worth. So obviously he's the wealthiest man on earth. I've already said this and I think everyone knows this. But if you really think about this amount, well, first you can't really imagine it because it's such a huge amount that you cannot picture it in your mind. But if you really think about it, it is more money than some entire countries have. It is more money than you definitely have. And it is more money than you, your kids, and their kids will ever make in their whole lifetime. So that's how much money this man has in his hands. He is currently the owner of Tesla, SpaceX, and X, which is a former Twitter, and these are three of the biggest and most powerful companies in our world today. And he has built an insane following and support online, and he is seen as an idol for many young men. They see him as this self-made genius billionaire who made it all by himself. And of course everyone loves this fantasy because that's what they also want to be. They want to come from nothing and build their own empire like Elon Musk has done and all other billionaires also portray themselves as. But is Elon Musk really this self-made prodigy that came from nothing? Well, actually no. Honestly, no one is surprised by this. If you are surprised by this, you have been living in your own fantasy world. Like, of course no one builds this much money coming from nothing. But how has this billionaire convinced everyone that he has? How has this billionaire convinced so many people to worship him and to defend him for anything he does? And why does this happen? Why do people believe this? Why do people think a billionaire will care about them as they care about him? Does he actually have our best interests at his heart? Personally, I don't think so. All I want to ask is, should we really trust billionaires? Let's see. So I'm here to break the news for you. I'm here to tell you that Elon Musk is a Nepo baby. He is a Nepo baby. His father, Elon Musk, is an electromechanical engineer, pilot, sailor, and property developer. Bro is doing it all. Bro is locked in. His father has owned an emerald mine, which contributed a lot, obviously, to the family's wealth. He is from South Africa, but he left when he was 17 years old to go to college in Canada. And he did this to avoid mandatory military service in the South African Defense Force. So that's actually pretty funny. But if I was in his place, I would also get away. If my family had money to take me out of the country to do military service, I would. And I think he will too, unless you really want to go to the army. But I don't. I am not built for that. He left, he went to Canada. He was able to move to Canada because at a time it was kinda difficult to immigrate like that, coming from South Africa, going to Canada. The process was much easier because of his mother. His mother has a Canadian citizenship and that made it all easier. So he already had a little jump there that the usual average person would not have. So already 2 points that show that he did not come from nothing. However, Elon Musk claims that he arrived to Canada with only $2,000 and a backpack. Even though that might be true, it doesn't mean that he doesn't have a family that can send him money whenever he wants. And he also had family in Canada, which welcomed him into his house. So even though he might only have a backpack or only some $2,000, which for some people is already like pretty good, but whatever, he has support back from South Africa. He has a support system in Canada And I don't think that's like, whoa, came from nothing. Another big point to make is that it didn't just immigrate to a country like most immigrants just go all by themselves. They leave their family who's poor in their country, they go to another country, try to make money to send them. That's a lot of people's stories. He's not like that. He went there to pursue an education. He comes from a wealthy family. As I have said, he had support from both countries. He is not like what you think he is. Most people think of this person who was poor, who had nothing when they left their country. He did. So he then studied in Canada for 2 years until he later transferred to UPenn in the United States to finish his studies. He did a double major in physics and economics, and then he moved to California, where he was going to enroll in a PhD at Stanford but dropped out in 2 days and just decided to start his first company. I support him. Okay, like he had an idea and he just was impulsive and was like, I'm done with this, let's start my company, which is okay, but that already tells you something, that he has the means to just stop doing something and go invest in his company. Oh wait, he did not invest in it, because this company was founded in 1995 by Elon Musk and his brother Kimball Musk, and they started this company funded by his father. Oh, okay. I am assuming this is for legal matters. This is not me accusing him or anything, but let's all think together. This guy starts his PhD. He thinks, hey dad, actually I want to start a company with my brother. Can you fund us? And the dad is like, yeah, sure, kiddo. Let's start this company. So he was initially CEO, but later investors pushed him away from leadership due to management concerns. Then he was demoted to Chief Technology Officer, and in 1999 this company was bought by a company called Compaq for $307 million, in which Musk personally received $22 million. He used 12 of this to start X.com, an online banking startup that will later become PayPal. By the way, you probably have noticed I am reading a lot, because why would I memorize Elon Musk's company details? X.com will later lead to the PayPal app, but the idea of X.com was disrupting traditional banking by allowing people to send money instantly via the internet. So this at the time was very innovative. However, the main part that made later PayPal so big was actually the technology that came from a merger with another company called Confinity that he did not create. They just merged and used their technology because they became one. So yeah. In fact, after this merger, he was named CEO, but was pushed out the same year. So that's already 2 times he has been pushed out of being CEO. And it was said that it was due to the clashing of leadership styles and technical decisions. Alright. Having up to this whole controversy, the beginning of this online bank was a complete fraud. There was a major security loophole that allowed users to steal money from other users using just their account reference number. So imagine you got someone's reference number because you might be transferring some money to them, and then you just steal their whole money. Of course, hackers quickly exploited this and found ways to withdraw money from other users' accounts just by knowing, of course, their reference number. Some even set up fake accounts and tested transactions to drain money from real PayPal users. So how did this happen? PayPal was growing extremely fast and prioritized user acquisition over security. To attract new users, they offered free $10 sign-up bonuses, which also attract scammers. So they basically were like, we created this, we want people to use it, let's do it in any way. Any way we can get people on this, we are doing it, so let's give bonuses to everyone. They didn't think that hackers will also get their $10 bonuses, and just went for it. They wanted people to come, but did not care about the security of the app. That already tells you something about the nature of this being, how he thinks, how he wants his clients to be treated. And then you can argue me, oh, but the revenue they were making at its peak, PayPal was actually losing 6 to 10 million per month due to this fraud. The company was processing massive chargebacks and struggling to keep up with stolen funds. So after all of this, do you still think that Elon is this really friendly, clean, amazing genius that he pretends to be? After this, eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion in 2002, and Elon Musk made $175 million from his shares. He then took this money and instead of retiring, he decided to invest because he could pretty much retire. Like, you have this whole money and, let's just go home. He could just do that, but no, he was a bit greedy, let's say, or he could just invest, which, okay, whatever, it's his choice. I won't judge him for that one. Me personally, I would retire, but maybe that's why I'm not a billionaire and he is. So contrary to popular belief, Musk did not found Tesla. The company was founded in 2003 by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. I hope I'm saying the name right. But who are these people? Exactly. So Elon Musk invested into the company. He did not found it. Of course, he has done a lot of progress and changes that has built the company that Tesla is today, but he did not found it. People keep saying he found it. He did not. He invested $6.5 million in 2004 and became Tesla's largest investor and later its CEO. He actually hosted the original founders and took credit as a co-founder. So he basically bought his title. I feel like this video is just gonna be me like stating facts and then me like... So yes, as I have said, he made major changes and he has a very big role in Tesla, but the fact that people think that he's this innovative, creative, I mean, he might be, I don't know him, but that he's this big tech genius who started all of this is mind-blowing. How have they been brainwashed and fall into this trap of believing billionaires? And that's why I put these images here. They have all kind of trended and exploded on the internet at some point. Here is Elon Musk at his dorm cooking. Yes, because he was just a college student who couldn't afford to eat out every night. No one can afford that. And we have here Elon Musk sleeping at a little sofa with bottles because yes, he did not have a bed. No, he's just at a party. And then we have him. This is actual footage of him starting PayPal. And this is him launching SpaceX. I will put bigger images because I know you can't see it properly. Let's go to the second part of the video, which is Elon Musk and toxic masculinity. His big role in the Sigma male mindset. I'm actually so sad that you guys can't really see the pictures. I thought I had printed them in a nice way that you could see them, but you actually can't. So I'm going to describe them because I feel like I should, and you should know what is behind me. So this one is Shrek saying that he believes in Sigmaism, and so do I. Sigmaism, amazing. Anyways, here we have Andrew Tate with his crime mindset. Here we have the lone Sigma wolf, and here we have it again. Here it's Elon Musk with a square face, and here is Elon Musk in podcasts, and I believe he's smoking something really big. So that's it. Oh my god, I forgot about my microphone. I hope you hear me better now. Did you hear me? I don't know if you heard me. So I could go on and on about Elon Musk and his companies and investments and his lies. And he also has many more companies that I could go on about, but I only talked about the ones that I thought they were most relevant. But I can mention that he has OpenAI, Neuralink, and the Boring Company. From now on, I want to focus on the alpha male mentality. So, Musk is not only a businessman, he also has become a symbol of modern masculinity. Isn't that great? Many men idolize Musk for his rebellious and non-nonsense personality. He's against the whole woke personality, the whole, let's just say, leftist. He's not a leftist. And the manly men who want to be traditional and bring it all back, want to be like him. They want to become a billionaire from nothing to provide for their family. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that just so cute? But this has led to him being literally worshipped in male-dominated online spaces. Musk jokes about being red-pilled, you know, the blue pill, red pill thing, which allies him with a very anti-feminist, hyper-masculine, and all the incel online movements. He embodies the lone wolf, the entrepreneur who works 12 hours a day and 120 hours a week, who doesn't need emotions, relationships, or social norms to succeed. And he portrays a strong man who believes emotions equal weakness, so becomes purely rational and results driven. So basically, he's telling young men to not feel anything. Very healthy, very healthy. I'm being sarcastic, by the way, please know that. Anyways. But he basically acts as someone who takes American Psycho literally. Like, I hope you know the American Psycho movie. He just takes that guy and very literally, he does not get the concept that it's all very ironic and very symbolical. He just goes for it. And honestly, let him be. No, it's very bad. This is so dangerous. This is just very dangerous for young men who are learning how to be men, and even more important, how to be people, how to be human, how to be an adult later in life, and how to go through life and care about other people. And this is teaching them that they should just be work driven, result driven, rational, don't care about anyone, women bad. Women bad. I don't know, to me that sounds terrible. This is very an emotionless capitalist view, obviously, and if you know me, you know I hate everything that has a word capitalist in it. I just don't think this is the way to go about life. We are here put on earth not to go emotionless. We have emotions for a reason, to feel it. Feel your emotions. Having emotions does not mean you won't have your results in life. You have to know how to manage them instead. Managing your emotions is the best way to go through life. And that's what we should be teaching young men. And this is very funny because he is instating in people's head the thing that makes him keep his wealth. Is making everyone be capitalist, have a capitalist mindset, which is grind, work. And people working is actually what keeps his wealth, if you think about it. So this is a very interesting thing to think about, because this is probably all thought out. He makes people think this because people having this mindset is exactly what keeps capitalism going. If people were like, well, people shouldn't be this wealthy, well, we shouldn't be giving billionaires this much, then people would make a revolution and people will be against this and people will not let this happen. But that's not what's happening. He is reinstating this mindset in young people who have the most malleable minds, and he's just rocking with it. And this is all the capitalistic plan that these capitalist men have in their heads, and it's not helping us. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's not helping any of us. Then he also glorifies isolation and brutal individualism, which is not healthy in my opinion, but he says it's the healthiest way to go through relationships and how to have success, but that is not. Individualism only makes us lonelier. I bet when he was buying into companies, he had partners. He was partnering with people. He merged companies. He's not being individualistic. He did not, well, first he did not build anything, but if he was to, he was not going to build these companies by himself. So he's preaching individualism he's preying on our downfall. Guys, he's preying on our downfall. Please wake up. Then to go on a more psychological type of thinking, he is also fighting against a soft society, a society that lets people get away with things, that lets people rest, that lets people have maybe a sick day. He does not allow that, and he encourages men to be antisocial and even have aggressive behaviors, in my opinion. And why are we teaching men to be aggressive? His actions and words reinforce harmful male stereotypes like suppressing emotions, never needing help, and prioritizing work over personal well-being. This is the whole mindset of men don't cry, men are strong. And I see this in incel people and all of these people who have this strong man thing, and when they hear about feminist movements, they're all like, oh, what about men's rights? And they often complain about what society expects of men, and they always complain about that, but they are also the same people who are reinstating these things. They're the same people who are reinstating that men should be prioritizing work, not have emotions, they don't need help. So this is very rhetorical. It's like they are also preying on their own downfall. This very powerful man is making people miserable, and then these people make themselves miserable. This is not good, people. We have to look into ourselves. We have to analyze what we have been doing in life and think, is this good? Me personally, I don't think this is good. This was my take on the alpha male mentality and how dangerous it is. I just want to finish this by saying that this is a very dangerous mindset, not only for the people who have the mindset, but for the people around them. Any woman who gets in a relationship with this men who think like this, and I'm assuming it's by accident because they didn't know that they thought like this, because please let it be by accident. Don't get in a relationship with a person that thinks like this ever. Then they're getting themselves in a position where they can be abused, they can be victims of either aggressive behavior, physically and mentally and verbally and all of the above. So I just want to finish this by saying that this is very dangerous. And the third and final part that I want to talk about is involvement with right-wing parties, and I will touch on his most controversial act, which was doing a very not family-friendly gesture, I will say, which is the Nazi salute. And I want to talk about that because that is way more important than people have made it out to be, and I'm gonna yap about it in 2 seconds. So we had a change of scenery. Again, I printed these pictures way too small. So this one, I don't know if this is AI or not, which is scary that I can tell, but that's a conversation for another day. It's Elon Musk in his podium, and then here it's the very memorable incident where he was jumping in Donald Trump's campaign, and I don't know, it was just a silly, goofy moment. And here finally the most awaited moment of this video, huh? Yeah, this happened. Let's talk about it. I don't think I have to explain to you what this is actually. I didn't explain. I hope I don't have to. So lately, there has been a lot going on. First, Donald Trump was elected. Then he appointed Elon Musk as one of his ministers. Actually, hold on. Hold on there because...
A few moments later.
He appointed Elon Musk as a special government employee. So first, whatever that means, he has done some interesting stuff, like, why are you employing Elon Musk? He has no political career. He's just a billionaire. Just because he's a billionaire, you think he's capable of having a position in government, a governmental position. Where he was a prominent figure in Donald Trump's campaign. Lately, he has been involved in very right-wing, dare I say fascist, Nazi parties, and he appeared in Germany's right-wing, extreme right-wing party campaign also, doing this, and he did this also at Trump's inauguration. I don't even know if I can say the word. I will check after and when editing if I can say the word not the N word, whoa, but like Nazi salute. If I can say this, I will block the word or silence it, I don't know, but I don't even know if I can say this. I don't even know if I can talk about this because I was searching about this, and all the when this happened, we could see a bunch of articles about like Elon Musk did this at Trump's inauguration and whatever. But now I was researching it, and it's been like a month or a month and a half, and there was very few results. That's interesting. I could not find like I could find articles, but very few. And sometimes when something happens, there's like the Google result immediately, like the little synthesis that Google does in the beginning, and there's nothing for this incident with Elon Musk. Even like I was searching what Elon Musk has done, he's in his governmental position, nothing came up. And me personally, I think that's very suspicious. So having all of this in mind, like, I'm not going into the details of what happened because this is not an history channel, this is a commentary channel, and I want to talk about how dangerous, again, the danger of Elon Musk, but how dangerous it is to have a man of this following doing this in Trump's inauguration, the president of the USA, doing this. What does it mean? So, first things first, a person who has very little critical thinking and looks at this thinks, oh, okay, my idol just did this, so it's okay for me to do this. It is not. We all know the history behind this move. They're saying like, okay, we all know the history behind this salute, and we all know what it means. It means fascism. It means, dare I say, death. It means death. It killed millions and millions of people. It was a period of terror in history. It was a very dark moment for the history of mankind. And do we want to bring this back? Me personally, I don't. But if you do, I have no words for you. I have no words if you actually think this is okay. I've done this whole video in a very sarcastic tone, but this is very serious. Why are we allowing this to happen? I have seen so many people defending this guy. What is going on in their heads? Have they never picked up an history book? And then I knew American education was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. Do people not know what this means? Do people not know what the Holocaust was? Do people not know what happened in the Second World War? So when we have a following that is already very sexist, that's very with this thinking of tradition and conservatism and just right-wing ideologies, and then we have this, it just creates this whole environment. It blows my mind that some people need to be explained this. For me, it's so obvious what it means, it's so obvious what it leads to, it's so obvious what doors it opens, but for some people it's like, oh, he was just selling his art out. when I want to send my heart out, I can do this. Okay, but when you can just send it out, we can send it. We don't send it like giving it with. I'm not gonna do it, obviously. We don't do it like this. That's not the movement of sending love, please. You have been a human for how long? You don't know, like, what gestures we do as people. Have you ever interacted socially? You know this. We all know this. This is a gesture that we all know it's bad. Why are we defending this man? So this made me realize how deep people have parasocial relationships with celebrities, but most importantly with billionaires. Why are we defending so much a man who just did something very similar to a hate crime? I think this should be considered a hate crime, because this gesture holds a symbol, and this symbol is hate. Is just spreading hate. The parasocial relationship that people have is crazy. So for those of you who don't know what a parasocial relationship is, I will explain it to you. According to Google, parasocial means involving or relating to a connection between a person and someone they do not know personally. So they don't know this person, but they think they do, because we are constantly bombarded with content from this person. If you follow them, you see their content almost daily, and you think you know this person, you think you have a connection with this person because you interact with them daily or weekly or whatever it is. You read about them, you watch videos about them, and you think you are friends. If you're not friends, you think you're acquaintances. But no, this person does not know about the existence of you. They don't know you. They don't care about you. They literally don't care about you. And you care about them. I saw this meme on Instagram that was like, thinking Elon Musk or billionaires care about you is like thinking the stripper really likes you. I will put a meme here. I don't know if it was like that. It's really true. Like, strippers are only doing their work. Dare I say work? I will have a video about that also. But they don't actually care about you. They are there for the money. They are there to make a living, to have food on the table. They actually don't care about, they care about your pleasure because that's their work, but they don't actually care how you're feeling. They don't care about your well-being. They just want you to give them money, and that's exactly what happens with billionaires. They only want you to give them money, and that's why Elon Musk focuses on creating this mentality of the alpha male, which creates this individualistic capitalist mindset, the grind mindset, the work mindset. People really believe they are one with this community. They are one with Elon Musk, and they have this sense of community, but no, they don't. It's all an illusion. It is all an illusion because there's no connection. This man does not know you exist, and even if he did know about your existence, he doesn't care about it. It's crazy how many people do not know this. And it actually saddens me. It brings me to another point, which is, why are you saying that he is just an autistic, cute little guy? First, why are we apologizing this with autism? I have no words for that, actually, because I am not autistic, but if I was an autistic person, I would be offended. Autistic people still have ability to think and ability to critically think. Well, you might have a debilitating mental health problem, which makes you do things that you do not think about. But that's not the case for, dare I say, most autistic people. And even if it was another mental health disorder or problem or disease, he does not, even if he is autistic. I actually am not sure if he's actually autistic or not, but even if it was, that is not a good enough apology. He's on the president of the United States inauguration. He practiced this speech. He went in front of a mirror or in front of someone. You know the procedures to go on stage, the process you have to go. You have to practice these things. These things they are all thought about. This happened for a reason. It's not because he's autistic. That actually, it doesn't even make me angry that people say this. It makes me speechless. I have no words for this. Is this a world we live in where people think it is okay to... This is a hate crime. And it is just a very bad excuse for a man. Why are we excusing an adult man who is capable of making his own decisions? Because these people also believe he founded companies, all of that. He is a genius. He is a genius for some things and autistic for others. Also, why are we using the word autistic as a bad thing? I am just... Think people. He is a genius. He's not a genius, but he's at least a smart person because he's in the position that he is. He knows what this means. This was all thought out. This all happens for a reason. Everything that you see on social media, that you see on politics, that you see in the government has a reason and a purpose. Why are we defending this man? Why are we defending this man? I feel like I'm saying everything like circular reasoning, but I think this is very obvious for me. It's so obvious for me. Why are we empathizing with billionaires? They have no empathy towards us. If they had any empathy, the world wouldn't be like it is right now. We are giving them something that we are not getting in return, and it just frustrates me. Our empathy will never be reciprocated. And that's all I wanted to say today. Takeaways from this video: don't believe the fantasies and the claims that billionaires make. All they say about being self-made, coming from nothing, they never come really from nothing. Elon Musk is a nepo baby. Please think critically, think by yourselves. When you see something on social media, when someone says something, think about it. Don't just believe them. You can believe them to some extent, but think about it. Is this really true? Does this really make sense? Is this the truth? And think about it. If it is, good, but in this case it is not. Don't just follow things because you're insecure. Most men look at this man and are like, my life has really no meaning. I am tired. I want to be something. I want to be a good man. So, and they find this, and he poses as a strong man. So they follow him, and they take part on these incel communities, and they take part in anti-woman movements, and they put down other people to bring themselves up. And that comes always from a point of insecurity. Please think about this and think inwards. And think, is this a person that I want to be? Is this a person that I want to follow? Look at this and think, is this a person that I want to follow? Why are we supporting people who are literally committing hate crimes? Why are we supporting people who are fascists, who are Nazis? Why do we go to the extent of saying they are just autistic? That makes no sense. Please go on Google, go somewhere, open a book and read what is autism. Go to actually autistic people and listen to their stories. Listen how their daily lives are. Listen to how they have to interact socially. This is not how they interact socially. I'm sorry. This is thought out. This is on purpose. And I've said this. I will leave this open-ended. Should we trust billionaires? I'm going back to the beginning question. Does he have our best interest at heart? Is this his best interest for us? Look at this and think, are we the same? We are not the same. Should I trust him? You feel like you actually have an unhealthy parasocial relationship where you think you guys are acquaintances and you are on the same level. Please think about your relationship with this person. Do they care about me? Do they care about me? Do they care about us? Do they care about my family? Do they care about my friends? Do they care about my work life? Do they care about my whole life in general? And that will tell you something. And that's all I wanted to talk about today. On another note, I want to say this was my first video. This was my first time talking on a camera. I don't know if you can tell that. I was kind of just freestyling all the time. But if you liked this video and you liked me, or you liked the way I thought or talked, I don't know. But if you like this and you would like to see more of this, please subscribe. I am just starting out. I have so many ideas and so many projects ahead. I want to do so many things. I have so many more themes and topics I want to talk about. I won't always focus on politics, even though that's one of my major interests and it's also what I'm studying academically. If you want to see more of commentary like this, please subscribe and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.